discover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of our country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point go straight back to 40. You are we number one priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
So we're cooling out at the bar with some fresh drink mixes. What drink are you going to recommend?
Our specialty, the Blue Lagoon. It is named after the famous Blue Lagoon, which is right across from Goblin. I'm not going to tell you the ingredients. You have to come and try it for yourself.
AC feels good to be out and about. And today we're on location at the Acai Cafe. Hi Kerry, how does it feel to be out and about?
It feels amazing.
Nice. So what are some of your favorite activities to do on our island?
Chasing waterfalls, scuba diving, and of course, just chilling on the beach. It's time to feel good again. Rediscover Jamaica. There are tons of hidden gems. Staycation, staycation, staycation.
Sonny said greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
Jamaica, heartbeat of the world.
Listen me. Let's rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because everybody don't know Jamaica nice, the heartbeat of the world, our paradise. Pretty beaches under the blue skies, with beautiful people, we're full of vibes. Jamaicans we are invite to explore the island and have a good time, whether in a hotel or out in a nature. Everybody make we rediscover Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
We're here at the majestic Rose Hall Villas by Half Moon, and none of this would be possible without our hard-working members of the tourism sector. What are you looking forward to most as the doors reopen to everyone?
I can't wait to see this place full of our Jamaican visitors. Come out, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
We found this beautiful lady chilling on the beach. Hi, how are you? You seem to be enjoying yourself. What is the atmosphere like at the villas?
Well, I'm just here soaking up the sun right now. It's so wonderful to be out of the house and on the beach for a change. It feels like home away from home.
Basie, look who we have here. It's Bambino. Hey, Bim. I can just imagine how busy you are. How are you doing?
I'm there, man. We're just outside all our vibes, you know. Everything good.
Awesome. And do you have a message for Jamaicans listening and watching at home?
Come out and enjoy your island. It's a beautiful place. I just want to tell everybody to just come out and feel good again.
Sonny said greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again. Listen me. Come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of our country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point go straight back to Porty. You are we number one priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
So we're cooling out at the bar with some fresh drink mixes. What drink are you going to recommend?
Our specialty, the Blue Lagoon. It is named after the famous Blue Lagoon, which is right across from Goblin. I'm not going to tell you the ingredients. You have to come and try it for yourself.
AC feels good to be out and about, and today we're on location at the Acai Cafe. Hi Kerry, how does it feel to be out and about?
It feels amazing.
Nice! So what are some of your favorite activities to do on our island?
Chasing waterfalls, scuba diving, and of course, just chilling on the beach. It's time to feel good again. Rediscover Jamaica. There are tons of hidden gems. Staycation, staycation, staycation.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread, food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
Jamaica, heartbeat of the world.
Listen me. Let's rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because everybody don't know Jamaica nice, the heartbeat of the world, our paradise. Pretty beaches under the blue skies with beautiful people, we're full up of vibes. Jamaicans we are invite to explore the island and have a good time, whether in a hotel or out in a nature. Everybody make we rediscover Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
We're here at the majestic Rose Hall Villas by Half Moon, and none of this would be possible without our hard-working members of the tourism sector. What are you looking forward to most as the doors reopen to everyone?
I can't wait to see this place full of our Jamaican visitors. Come out, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
We found this beautiful lady chilling on the beach. Hi, how are you? You seem to be enjoying yourself. What is the atmosphere like at the villas?
Well, I'm just here soaking up the sun right now. It's so wonderful to be out of the house and on the beach for a change. It feels like home away from home.
Basie, look who we have here. It's Bambino. Hey, Bim. I can just imagine how busy you are. How are you doing?
I'm there, man. We're just outside of all our vibes, you know. Everything good.
Awesome. And do you have a message for Jamaicans listening and watching at home?
Come out and enjoy your island. It's a beautiful place. So I just want to tell everybody to just come out and feel good again.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread, food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl. girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica, come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me. Listen me. Come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of our country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point go straight back to Porty. You are we number one priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica, come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
So we're cooling out at the bar with some fresh drink mixes. What drink are you going to recommend?
Our specialty, the Blue Lagoon. It is named after the famous Blue Lagoon, which is right across from Goblin. I'm not going to tell you the ingredients. You have to come and try it for yourself.
AC feels good to be out and about, and today we're on location at the Acai Cafe. Hi Kerry, how does it feel to be out and about?
It feels amazing.
Nice! So what are some of your favorite activities to do on our island?
Chasing waterfalls, scuba diving, and of course, just chilling on the beach. Time to feel good again. Rediscover Jamaica. There are tons of hidden gems. Staycation, staycation, staycation.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the night.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Jamaica Tourist Board's first virtual webinar for teachers. So good that you're able to join us today. We have a packed program for you. We'll be doing virtual tours around the island. We'll be hearing from some very, very critical persons. We know that teachers are one of the groups that has been hardest hit by this impact, by this pandemic. There are teachers who were not prepared, ready to go into the virtual space to teach. There are students who were definitely not ready to be taught by online. So we have had to juggle to make things meet. So the Jamaica Tourist Board thought that this is a good time to reconnect with our teaching population and to share how we feel about ensuring that the teaching profession is a part of the program. Today, we will hear from the Director of Tourism, Mr. Donovan White. We'll hear from a senior lecturer at the School of Education at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Paulette Ferreira. We'll hear from our Deputy Director of Tourism with responsibility for marketing, Mrs. Camille Glenister. And we'll hear from the principal of the Marcus Garvey Technical High School, Mrs. Aniona Jones. I want to encourage you as you listen to each speaker to jot down your questions. We will try to answer you as many of them as possible. Write them in the chat. We do have chat monitors who will be looking for your questions, and we will provide the answers. We also have some giveaways. It wouldn't be part of the tourism thing if we didn't have some feel-good moments. So we do have some special gifts, and those will be given to persons who respond correctly to the questions which we will pose. So I encourage you to listen carefully to the presentations and participate. We also have a very special gift for one person. We feel that that teacher is going to be deserving of this 15-inch Hewlett-Packard Smart ProBook, which comes with Jamaica Tourist Board branded laptop bag. So please participate, participate, participate. We will begin by listening to Minister Edmund Bartlett, the Minister of Tourism, as he tours Devon House and he shares his thoughts on tourism. Let's listen to Minister Bartlett.
Listen me, come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come everybody explore Kingston City. If you never know, there's so much out there to see. Visit a museum or national gallery, Devon House, ice cream or some party. Go to the hills, Blue Mountain Coffee Brewed, or to the beach, make we get a little seafood. Hop on a boat, lime kiwi gone, mini cruise. There's so much we can do. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Just take a look at these delicious patties and pastries. Tell us, what are the secret recipes? The reason people can't get enough of the Devon House Bakery.
I can't tell you the secret, but what I can tell you is that we are the home of the exclusive handmade Jamaican patties, like the famous curry goat and our new ackee and saltfish patty.
As a legend Bob Marley says, the sun is shining and the weather is sweet. Let's hear from one of our dedicated workers in the tourism sector. What has it been like here of late?
The vibe has been amazing. Lots of people are out. Families, little children and their friends, they're all enjoying themselves. We are waiting on you. May I wait for you?
Macy, we're still here at the famous Devon House. We have a very special guest here today. Good day, Minister Bartlett. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Stephanie. I hope you're enjoying our island and all we have to offer you.
I most definitely am. And what brings you here today?
Well, actually, I'm here to have some of our famous Devon House ice cream and patties, my favorite.
I'm hoping to try some too. Is there a message you would like to share with everyone?
Yes, I invite everyone to come out and rediscover Jamaica. It's time to feel good again.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. All a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread, food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
Good morning and welcome all. As Minister Bartlett rightly says, it is definitely time to feel good again. First, I'd like to just to extend a very special and warm welcome to all over 250, I am told, participants that are on this webinar. Our teachers, thank you so very much for what you do for this nation and continue the sacrifices you continue to make to ensure that we continue to educate our nation. Also like to extend a very warm and special welcome to all who are viewing today's broadcast out in Cyberland via Facebook and YouTube on the JIS platform and as well on the Tourism Action Club Facebook page. Over its 250-year history, the Tourism Action Club, TAC for short, has definitely lived up to its motto of small Jamaicans making a big difference. Over the years, our relationship has been one where we have worked together to enhance students' knowledge and appreciation of the tourism sector. And the TAC is one of the initiatives of which the Jamaica Tourist Board is so very proud, as the investments made in the lives of the young tourism enthusiasts continue to bear a significant amount of, as they say, fruit. Through the TAC, young people across the island have been exposed to experiential learning and have had or have been empowered to contribute to the continued success of our tourism product. What began with some 36 schools has now become a vibrant organization that has now over 100 clubs across the island. It is truly amazing to see how the Tourism Action Club has influenced our young people over the years. Whether they have pursued careers in medicine, education, politics, or tourism, the TAC has given them the opportunity to see the connection and the importance of tourism to Jamaica. All of this would not be possible without you, our trusted advisors, who play a critical and vital role in the success and sustainability of the Tourism Action Club. You are the ones who make this concept really and truly come alive. Your resourcefulness and creativity have helped students to develop more than a temporary interest in tourism, but has helped them to make the transition from club members to tourism ambassadors. The way forward for Jamaica's tourism sector is heavily dependent on how we educate students and how well we adapt to change once tourism recovery ramps up, which it most definitely will. For the past year, we have been utilizing the following strategies, which have kept us engaged with our students and definitely highlighted that we can successfully adapt to this new normal in post-COVID. We have kept that engagement in the virtual spaces through virtual TAC meetings, WhatsApp to maintain communication between clubs and the tourism awareness officers, and an online international career conference put on by the Institute of Travel and Tourism, the ITT, Future, where TAC teachers and students are all participating. Though there is uncertainty on how fast source markets will recover and what travelers will want, one thing is for sure. The TAC will continue to be a very relevant medium for empowering students to not only become tomorrow's industry leaders, but also encourage them to imagine tourism and travel in the future. The sector, like your minds, has to be nurtured and needs all the support available for it to be sustainable. In a post-COVID Jamaica and indeed the rest of the world, we feel will operate in a very new normal, and it is important that we focus on ensuring that our future tourism ambassadors are prepared for this new normal. So today, as we continue to work together and adapt as tourism rebounds, let us use what we have learned from the past to evolve into the future. I thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a day today with our team of shared excellence and shared thought, because we will need all of your minds as we move forward. Thank you so very much.
Well said, Director, well said. Teachers, please remember, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat so that we can respond to them. And I want to ask you, Director, well, let me share a little bit about the Director, because I did not introduce him before. The Director, Donovan White, came into tourism with over 20 years experience as a strategist and thought leader. He has worked in marketing in all kinds of industries. He's worked in the telecoms industry. He's worked in media, a number of, that's right. He really has worked in a number of industries. So he brings to tourism all of that experience, which he now has to twin with technology to drive our destination brand. And many of you will have noted that he's also a very avid sportsman and is still very much involved in the administration of sports today. I want to ask you, sir, while we await some questions, what in your mind is Jamaica Tourist Board, why is Jamaica Tourist Board wanting to partner with teachers in such a strong way?
Like I said earlier, you know, the future of our industry will continue to expand, will continue to deepen. Tourism is the largest contributor of foreign exchange to our economy. It contributes almost 10% directly to our GDP and almost a third of our direct and induced GDP contribution. And so what we have had over the last several years is a renaissance of the critical importance of tourism to our society. If we are going to be able to grow progressively forward in this industry, we have to begin to chart the minds of the new tourism leaders 10, 15, 20 years from now, and they are now in our schools. And so it's important that we have this important twinning of our education system, which under the Jamaica Center for Tourism Innovation, we have now started a new tourism diploma program in some high schools. The program is set for tremendous expansion. The first cohort of that program is set to graduate this year with their diploma in tourism management. So we see that there is definitely an opportunity to enhance the labor force by beginning the process of education earlier so that it becomes far more intertwined with how we see the future for this great industry.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the audience? None? Well, I trust you have been listening because we will be asking a question from the director's presentation, so hopefully you will be able to answer. Director, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stay with us for as long as you are able. I know the demands on your time.
No problem. So I will be here for a few longer.
Next, we are going on a little tour. We are going to see 2 short videos about places to visit in Kingston. Remember, questions are coming up after this, so listen up.
Hello, welcome to the National Gallery of Jamaica. My name is O'Neill Lawrence and I will be your guide today. Our current exhibition, Jamaica, Jamaica, looks at some of the key figures and developments in Jamaica's musical culture. Most people are aware of Jamaica's musical culture and not aware of our rich artistic heritage. And this exhibition is one that brings together both of those aspects of our artistic development.
I'm not sure if how many of you are as hungry as I am, but that first video just reminded me that I needed to go out and get some really interesting Jamaican meals. It was mouth-watering, to say the least. We have some gift bags that we're going to be offering as giveaways. I hope you really have been listening carefully or watching the screens carefully, because after the question is asked, I'm going to ask you to type your answer in the chat. Only the first correct answer can be given a prize, so you have to be quick on the draw. I will ask the question, give you a couple of seconds to type in your answers, and then the first correct answer is the person who will win one of these bags. Here's my first question to you. The Director of Tourism in his presentation spoke about the number of schools that started as tourism action clubs. When we first started tourism action clubs, he said we started with a certain number of schools. How many schools?
Listen me, let's rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because everybody don't know Jamaica nice, the heartbeat of the world, our paradise. Pretty beaches under the blue skies with beautiful people, we're full up of vibes. Jamaicans we are invite to explore the island and have a good time, whether in a hotel or out in a nature. Everybody make we rediscover Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
We're here at the majestic Rose Hall Villas by Half Moon, and none of this would be possible without our hard-working members of the tourism sector. What are you looking forward to most as the doors reopen to everyone?
I can't wait to see this place full of our Jamaican visitors. Come out, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
We found this beautiful lady chilling on the beach. Hi, how are you? You seem to be enjoying yourself. What is the atmosphere like at the villas? Well, I'm just here soaking up the sun right now. It's so wonderful to be out of the house and on the beach for a change. It feels like home away from home. Basie, look who we have here. It's Bambino. Hey, Bim. I can just imagine how busy you are. How are you doing?
I'm there, man. We're just outside all our vibes, you know. Everything good.
Awesome. And do you have a message for Jamaicans listening and watching at home?
Come out and enjoy your island. It's a beautiful place. I just want to tell everybody to just come out and feel good again.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, beat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread, food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me. Listen me. Come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of our country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point go straight back to 40. You are we number one priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
You know, in this time of technology, anything can happen, and there's something that if anything can go wrong, it will. We had a power outage which disrupted our live streaming, but thankfully we are on and we are going to continue. Just before the break, I asked a question, and I am happy to tell you that we have a correct answer, and we will advise who that person is in a short while. We go now to hear from Dr. Paulette Ferreira. Now, Dr. Ferreira is a lifelong educator working in education for over
8, Jamaica's culture and heritage and our cultural icons. Everybody thinks that Bob Marley is Jamaica, Jamaica is Bob Marley. So well sold. We just have the right things there to entice our students, to deepen their understanding of what we mean by the tourism product or tourism concept. And grade 9, Eureka, at last, the big word is there as a standalone unit, tourism. Just look at how it is spiraled from the early childhood right up to grade 9. And we wouldn't even talk about how important that is in the grades 10 and 11 program and even beyond. Our manager, the manager of the tourist board, spoke to even the associate degree. So even at that level, you know, the students are preparing, you know, and are getting the kind of training that they can get to work in the hotel industry. So this is powerful. So I want us now to understand that the content is already there in the tourism, and they're personalizing it, allowing the kids to understand that this is about me as well. And look at the different types of tourism: the ecotourism that deals with the environment, community tourism that's all around them, right in their space, heritage tourism, cultural tourism, music or dance or food or, all the mouth-watering things are just there for us to enjoy and for our visitors to enjoy, and so easy to infuse. Special events tourism and cruise tourism. And as the unit goes on, it talks about how you identify a resort, so easy to fit into our physical environment. That is big in grade 5, all throughout the curriculum. Our environment, the physical environment, our social environment. Environment is a very powerful word in the curriculum. And so it's easy to infuse that. We talk about cultural differences. We talk about getting to know you. Yes, it seems as if it's people, but it's also an opportunity to understand how they would communicate with their visitors, how important it is to sell Jamaica, yes, to our visitors, as well as to understand the nuances of the things that impact tourism. and understand that they too can change and, you know, do the damage control too for the negative things that may surface at times. So this is the kind of sustainability that we are talking about. And if my screen would just go down a little, let me see if I can get it from the corner. You will see that right down, a home away from home. That was also big in the videos, you know, and the accommodation available for tourists as well as for locals. And so the follow the dollar takes the economic slant, and what a better time to talk about that when the parents not working, the importance of the dollar, the benefits that it has for tourism and all of that, and how the dollar spreads across all aspects of the economy. And to understand who our competitors are. We talk about our neighbors, you know, our neighboring islands, you know, everything. And what I am seeing, teachers, is that the social studies department is going to play a critical role in this infusion, because it is in your curriculum in a very pointed way. And so what the strategies that I'm sharing with you are things you can do at the beginning of a year when you decide that you're going to do your unit plan. This is something that you can use to guide you, how they map to each other. And look at my key. Yes, this is the key to integration and infusion. The themes and the strands in both curriculum that are there available for you to use. So that's my first strategy. So look at it. It's already unfolding, that you don't have to be peeping over into one curriculum and putting that. Take this out and have it as your planning tool right there. So you begin to know exactly where to link your strands and your themes. Yes, so that is the first C, the curriculum content cross mapping. Yes, let us go now to the second strategy. We are in our CPA and we are doing great. Let me go now to the second strategy coming up right away. And this is, I hope you are remembering, because you want to really get that prize that's up there. I wish I could qualify for that. Look at this. We're talking about pedagogy pathways for integration and infusion. And what better way to do that was to really take the image of, let's say, a roadway. And look at this. Look at the stoplight straight ahead and to the, yes, make sure you look at the arrows, because the arrows are important for what I'm going to share with you. Straight ahead, the arrows are saying go straight ahead, and then you turn to the right. Now, what's at the right? Let's see what happens. And look at this. Patience, teachers, what a patience. You had to exercise that today with all the power cut. Oh, Lord. This is one of the essential quality of a teacher. You and I know that. But we're talking about today the curriculum pedagogical goals that are already written in that. Don't I know about your 5E, your 5Es, and how you must plan your lesson plans with them? I know everything. I know what it is that you have to use. And so look at this. One of the things you have to understand that the entire curriculum is really about 21st century kind of ideologies and skills and dispositions. Look at them. Critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity. These are the things that lead us to the 21st century highway. And even when you get to do your ICT collaboration and communication and your digital citizenship, everything is leading towards 21st century. So it's full speed ahead. That's what the curriculum is saying. And look how near it is, because you're already working with that. And we are across 5E Boulevard right now. That's where we are. And it's a place to stop, to visit our 5E's teaching model. You know them. Engage, explore, explain, extend, evaluate. Do you know that your entire lesson can just flow in that particular way? Or you can take components out of this and put in other aspects of another lesson. It is so powerful when you know what you're infusing and how you're doing your mixing. And that is what infusion is about. And so welcome to constructivism. I mean, you've heard that from Teachers College, UWI, everywhere you've gone for your training, we are here. Oh, we are in a constructivist paradigm. But what does that mean? Yes, it means these things that we are talking about, how you and your students are the ones who are creating the learning experience. The curriculum itself is an experience. Don't let it feel as if it's a burden that is so much content, because there is a lot. But all we are asking for in curriculum implementation is to get the students to have an experience, something that can impact them, not just the cognitive, but the affective domain as well. And so this is what we're working towards. So welcome to constructivism. This is where we live. This is where we dwell. Drive carefully. We love our children, right? And so they're the ones who you're trying to empower, yes, to make sure that they are ready for this kind of curriculum, because it's a lifestyle. It's an opportunity for them to, contribute to their country, to national development, to regional development. You go. It's not just a curriculum, it's a tool. Tourism is a product, it's a tool, it's an experience. It is something that gives persons the sustainability. Yes, that is what it is. The sustainable goals cannot be undermined. Right, so that's where we are. So note, where on this journey are you? Yes. Exercise patience and let us move with the integration, because it can be done. And so my final thing, I hope you're learning and I hope you're remembering. We have gone with our C and our P, and now we are right into our A, because we are doing our CPA for sustainability. That is the approach that we are taking. So let me take you now to this strategy. Right. Now look carefully at this. I don't know if you have been told, but one of the things that we have to raise our awareness of is that assessment. So you notice where I'm coming from? Content, pedagogy, assessment. What to teach, how to teach, and how to evaluate what you teach. So I kind of into my 5 key things as well. Am I not? And so we have assessment of learning. I think that's what we have always been doing, and sometimes we teach to the test. So we feel we have to tell the kids everything. No. The tourism product is so easy. They watch it on the television. They are involved in it because their parents are involved. They see it. They have been to the hotel sometimes. They don't need you to tell them everything, and that is what it is. Assessment as learning. So assessment of learning is when you teach and then you test them on what you have taught them, right? So you expect them to pass that test because you have taught. But assessment as learning is another aspect where you actually plan your activity like an assessment. And while they're learning that assessment component, while they're in your class, in any part of your 5E framework, they're actually engaged in an assessment. So it's an activity that is actually allowing them to do whatever they're doing, and that becomes assessment as learning. You give it to them, so that task is something that is going to be graded for, or whatever your emphasis is. And now I come to my part that I really love and really pushing for, assessment for learning. And I took the opportunity to go through some other things in the curriculum across all the grade levels. And project-based learning. That is the whole essence of part of what we call about constructivism, where students can create their own things, their own models, their own plan, everything. When we talk about creating, we're not just talking about creating a story. We are also talking about models, water cycles, you name it. Everything, miniatures that they can actually use as models for teaching. And so project-based learning, I want you to understand, it's not just putting 4 or 3 kids in a group to go off to research a topic and then come back and report to the class. Please. It has to have more punch to that. They can go on, go and consult all the videos that you've gotten from the Jamaica Tourist Board. They can watch it. But guess what? You have to give them a worksheet that guides them for what you're looking for. So that can be done at home at their own convenience. You don't have to play the video in the class. They can access it on their WhatsApp or whatever form that you use to give it to them. So they work at their own pace and they will know how to form their own groups in their own space. So give them some opportunity to be the creators and producers of their own knowledge. And there we come now, the ICT aspect of your curriculum, how critical that is in your attainment targets, communication and collaboration and digital citizenship. Listen, man, they are very good at using the technology. They can create their own flyers, their own things for the tourist board, their own pamphlets, everything you can think of. Man, they're good with the technology. Give them that. Grade that. There's nothing wrong with that. It still has content in it. And what is it doing? Building their awareness, developing their digital skills. One stone killing so many birds. Perfect. And not to mention our STEM and our STEAM. You know, the science focus with the STEM and then the A, you infuse the arts into it, man, so you can put your cultural tourism in the A. Ha! And there you go. Videos, you name it. Use the resources that the Jamaica Tourist Board has provided and build your activities around that. So how do you do that? I have one little secret that works for me. I love case studies. Man, you can get a lot out of a case study. Just don't make the case too long. And when you're in the lower grades, write the case like a story, man, so that it is interesting. And while you're testing other elements of the curriculum, you work in the case where it has to do something that they have to focus on a curriculum, on a tourism aspect as well. Easy to do, easy as cheese. Few questions that guide them. So when you send them off to their project as their project-based learning, it can be centered around a case study that you have built. Yes, and it can be one class case study and everybody does a component, or one case study for the group and each with a four tasks to do. You've got to get creative. You can't do it single. You know, you have to merge. That is the nature of infusion. It is like this. Look at my hands. You just mix it, flavor it, and allow it to become palatable. And this is the part that I love most, where students are in control of their own learning. And they are in control of their assessment as well, with the guidelines from you. And let me tell you, there is a wealth of information out there for them to use. And the technology is there for them to upload the things that they want them to use. So infusing curriculum, infusing the tourism concept in your curriculum is already done for you by the Tourist Board in terms of what it is that you need to infuse. What we are waiting on, teachers, is for your excellence. And that's who you are, you know. That's what makes you teacher, how you're able to create the learning experience for your students. Nobody does it better than you. No education officer can do it for you. No curriculum officer from the ministry can do it for you. They have provided the curriculum. What you have is the chemistry to make it work. What you have is the skill, yes, and what you call it now, the vibes or whatever you want to call it, whatever is the word that's trending. You've got it. You've got it, teachers, and you can do this. You've always been doing this, and that is what makes you so important for the sustainable goals in our country. I want to encourage you to have fun with the curriculum so that your students will enjoy it just the way it has been packaged for you. So happy teaching, happy infusion, and let me make sure you have your CPA, yes, to take you in the direction that you want to go. I do hope that this little presentation enticed you enough, and I know you want to ask some questions. Please put them in the chat. And I have 5 minutes, I think, if that is still allowed, where I can see what you did. Bless you.
Thank you. What an energy. What a wealth of information that Dr. Paulette Ferreira has brought to the table. And yes, we do have some questions, Dr. Ferreira. We have a question from Julia Smith from Stony Hill. As an educator, trainer, how can I gain access to this curriculum?
Oh, she's from not the member of this school.
She's from Hart TVET.
Please tell her that all the curriculum are on the ministry website. Every single one of them, 300 pages, beautifully packaged. Excellent resources. And you don't have a password to use. Just go to the Ministry of Education website, link NSC, National Standards Curriculum, and there you have it. SC, I don't know where you have put yours, if it is on the ministry's, the tourism and me, but I really think if it's not on the ministry's website, it should really go up there. So Julia, it's there for you, girl. Just go click on it. Every single one there. Nice and attractively packaged.
And we'll make sure that the tourism and me is also placed there.
Yes, please make sure that it's uploaded. Ask the ministry to do that.
We have another question. This time from Kelly and Paulwell from the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. Are the contents of tourism and me already incorporated in the national curriculum? And if so, at what levels? Or is it just a proposal?
No, it's already there. The first strategy that I showed you, the curriculum the curriculum cross-content mapping. That first strategy that I gave you was my attempt to put all the units in the NSC right up to grade 9. And if I were to go beyond that, they will be there. And the curriculum tourism and me, they're there. Beautifully packaged. They're already there. So the infusion is just waiting for the pedagogy. It's just waiting for it's just waiting for the teacher to make it happen, because it's all there.
Thank you so much. We will move on. This has been really a wealth of information for us, and we're so happy that we will have this recording, which we can share with other teachers as well. Now we will move into another virtual tour. This time we're going to start in Port Antonio, then head to Ocho Rios, then to rafting on the Martha Brae. Please give a listen. After that, we will have another question for a giveaway. I trust you have been enjoying these tours. I know that some persons may not have been hearing, but there was not any words, just music. What we want you to be able to do is to recognize the places and to see the beauty that we have here in Jamaica. So it's time for another pop question. We already have identified the winner from question 1. And so I shall be asking a question again, and I remind you that I'll ask a question and you will put your answer in the chat so that we can recognize you. And it's the first correct answer that we will be taking as the response. Now, Dr. Ferreira spoke about 3 strategies for sustainability in infusing tourism in the curriculum. Can you give us the acronym that she used for the 3 strategies and tell us what each letter in that thing means? So whatever she said for sustainability, and tell us what each of those letters mean for us. So that's one question, and remember, it's the first person to give the correct answer that we will use. Dr. Ferrer spoke about something for sustainability. Tell us what she said those 3 strategies mean. While you put your answers, I know that there was a question in the chat about the process. I think this might have, I'm not sure if this was from Kelly and Paulwell as well. The process for enrolling a school in the Tourism Action Club. Very easy. We do have a tourism awareness unit here at the Jamaica Tourist Board, and that unit manages the tourism action clubs. So what we will do, what you should do is call the Jamaica Tourist Board, ask for the tourism awareness unit, and we will take the information and work with you to establish a tourism action club in your school. So that's the process, Pauline. And now, do we have a response to that question? You mean to tell me that there's going to be a wasted gift? But, all right. While you are thinking about that, we have a winner. Well, here's the second question I want to pose to you. Here's the second question, the third question, in fact. We haven't said it in so many words, but you have seen it over and over again. What is the current tagline being used by the Jamaica Tourist Board for marketing Destination Jamaica? What is the current tagline being used by the Jamaica Tourist Board for marketing Destination Jamaica? So that's our third question. Again, it's the first correct response in the chat that we will acknowledge as the winner. And now we will move forward with our presentations. We turn now to non-traditional careers in tourism marketing. When people talk about working in tourism, they think about working in the hotel, in a restaurant, in an attraction, but there are so many what I'm going to call new careers in tourism marketing. And the person who is going to share with us on that is well suited, and I'll tell you why. Mrs. Glenister came to tourism in a very roundabout manner. She will tell you that perhaps tourism was not on her radar necessarily for work, but I think she's enjoying it. She is a marketing communications professional with over 20 years experience in product, campaign, and strategy development, coupled with digital media execution. Prior to joining the Jamaica Tourist Board, she spent several years at Scotiabank in various senior management positions. This included being responsible for mass marketing and digital campaigns across 17 territories within the Caribbean region. This serves her well as she leads a team to use various technologies to meet the marketing goals of the JTB. Mrs. Glenister is a graduate of the University of the West Indies with an MBA in General Management, specializing in marketing and international business management. And she also holds a certificate in digital marketing from Harvard University. She currently serves as the Deputy Director of Tourism with responsibility for marketing here at the Jamaica Tourist Board. And she will share with us on non-traditional careers in tourism marketing. Please welcome Mrs. Glenister.
Thank you very much, Essie. What an exciting time we're having here this morning. I hope that everybody is able to hear me. I'm very pleased to be a
Loud
part
and clear. Loud and clear.
Wonderful. Director of Tourism, Donovan White, my colleagues here at the JTB, fellow panelists, teachers and administrators, our viewers across all our digital channels. Good morning, everyone. Is it still morning? Yes, it is. And as we like to say here at the JTB, greetings. So digital technology has certainly transformed the way in which we communicate and conduct business today. And we can all agree that that has happened more so in recent times. There is no doubt among this group, I think, that the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic is far-reaching to the extent that our current engagement in the digital space is higher than ever and is not expected to revert to pre-COVID levels anytime soon. We're envisioning a hybrid future where we will continue to reach and engage our audiences virtually as well as face-to-face. This pandemic has certainly changed the way the world operates. As teachers and administrators, you would have had to adjust as well to meet the needs of your students and school communities in this virtual space. The same is true for us here at the Jamaica Tourist Board. Through digital media, we have remained relevant and visible, focusing all our attention in the channels where our audiences reside. As I sat here and watched the virtual tours that we created over a year ago, I feel like that was a lifetime ago. So much has happened since then. But I'm also pleased at the work that the marketing team and the organization has put out to ensure that we continue to engage our audiences worldwide through digital activations. I want to thank the team for their steadfast commitment and dedication. Before the pandemic, we already had a very robust digital marketing strategy here at the JTB. And this current landscape led us to transform what was left of our activities that were still face-to-face, stakeholder engagements with the industry, etc. We transformed those activations into digital activations during the pandemic. At one point, I think last year, maybe this time, we were 100% digital with all our interactions. We had no choice. So through our marketing, we capitalized on this tremendous opportunity to position our messages to multiple audiences across the globe through just a few clicks. With careful planning and activation, Destination Jamaica was accessible through our virtual walking tours placed in digital and social media, driving visits to our online gateway, visitjamaica.com. During this time, we engaged content creation suppliers to assist with our digital activations. Now listen carefully, this is where we'll start to uncover some of those non-traditional careers in tourism marketing. These supplier teams included creative directors, film crew, copywriters, and others who assisted us to create those assets that you've been enjoying all morning and convert those assets into social media, posts, video messaging, digital banners, etc. Our advertising and media agency. Listen carefully, there are other opportunities outside of the JTB through our suppliers. These agencies that are really extensions of the JTB manage the development of these assets, the creatives that you've been seeing and more. They planned and executed the media strategy so we could take those pieces of content and broadcast our messages on radio, television, and of course on our online platforms. We engaged with content writers and web designers, assisted us with the development of landing pages for campaigns, ensuring that our final destination online, visitjamaica.com, was fully aligned with the messages that were being cascaded in the digital landscape. Certainly, these activations are not unique to the Jamaica Tourist Board, as digital marketing is now at the heart of most companies' marketing and sales strategies. So what does this mean for our students? More opportunities, of course. I'd like to take a little time just to expand on a couple of the roles, maybe a few that I mentioned earlier in digital marketing in our current landscape. Content creators. These are the creatives who generate the content to inspire travelers and build consumer engagement. It is ultimately about creating those strong ties with customers to foster brand engagement and encourage that click through to find more information or to book to come to Destination Jamaica. A digital marketing manager, not just a regular marketing manager. That individual has the ability to think strategically and to work in a very fast-paced environment, such as the tourism industry here in Jamaica. This person must be able to analyze data and evaluate to determine the best course of action and recommendation across multiple platforms to diverse audiences across the globe. For example, our digital marketing manager here works very closely with our public relations team, as well as our sales team and the marketing team within which they operate to ensure that the respective objectives within each unit become aligned with our overall digital strategy and output. It's very exciting. Other roles include the digital marketing specialists and social media specialists who maintain expertise in digital and social media channels, respectively. Together, they develop and recommend digital marketing strategies to include current trends and alignment with the integrated marketing communication plan of the wider organization. Of course, there are many more, and we can talk about those options, maybe in the questions. But at this point in time, I want to say to you, teachers, I believe that together we need to dispel the notion that digital marketing roles simply require a social media account that you post captioned images and videos to. Nothing could be further from the truth. Digital marketing is deeply steeped in strategy. That is, in order for digital marketing to be effective and successful, practitioners need to be trained. They need to be au fait with understanding audiences, messages, placement, content development, data analysis, and more. These opportunities that we have been talking about today can be further cemented through qualifications earned by way of professional certifications or through universities. As the demand for digital marketing has grown, so has the number of specialist digital jobs needed in companies and agencies. Additional career opportunities in the tourism sector include social media manager, web community moderator, user experience design, digital agency account manager on the agency side, and web designers. Now more than ever, a solid understanding of the latest digital trends is critical to survival, and professionals are needed to ensure success. Data. We talk about data a lot here because data is driving much of digital marketing strategy today, as marketers have access to more information about consumers and their online habits now more than ever. Though a number of our partners in the sector are capitalizing on the benefits of digital engagement, several others need the expertise of professionals in digital marketing, which is where we want to encourage our students. So teachers, thank you for your participation today, and thank you for all that you do with our students. We appreciate the pivotal role you play in mentoring and shaping the career decisions of our TAC students, some of whom have become exemplary members of the staff here at the Jamaica Tourist Board. So we look forward to seeing the fruits from our time together today. Thank you so much for your attention and your participation.
Thank you so much, Deputy Director Glenister. So you see, there are many opportunities for non-traditional careers in tourism marketing. I am positive that there may be some persons with questions for Miss Glenister. Are there any questions? What questions do you have? None? I'm not seeing any in the chat currently, but I'm going to ask Camille to explain a little bit more about the web design situation. What kinds of skills are we looking for persons who want to go into web design?
All right, sure, Essie, no problem. We want to firstly bring everybody's attention to our website, visitjamaica.com, and encourage everyone to take a look so that the discussion that we're having here would, be placed within a context that resonates with our students. And so to become a web designer, there are some technical skills that are required. There are various aspects of web design. So you could be in doing the coding behind a website, which governs the movement, the customer journey of our visitors to our website, the clicks from one point to the other. But I think if we take a step back to the earlier conversation, the understanding the overall strategy or digital marketing strategy is very critical, because the consumer journey, once they are taken from a social media post or a digital banner online to our website, requires the shortest journey to booking for a trip to Jamaica. And so understanding that consumer journey and mapping out that journey through the shortest time to booking is critical, and that is encapsulated in our strategy. So web designers could either be on the creative side of things, whereas you could be working on the visuals, the content, the language, the copy. So web design is very, very diverse and includes lots of skills. Usually it's a group of individuals that contribute to the development of a website. The creatives will determine what the content and the journey would look like, and the developers would actually do the coding to take the visitors from one page to the other as they click through to find the information that they're seeking to decide to book for their trip to Jamaica.
Lots and lots of information, folks. And teachers, I encourage you to get your students to do the research, because it's really quite an exciting field for persons to be involved in at this time. So thank you, Madam Deputy Director.
You're welcome.
We have one final set of tours to do, and I remind you to stay engaged. We have other questions to come, and just a reminder that we have a very special gift or prize, or a special prize for one of your numbers. That is a 15-inch Hewlett-Packard ProBook, which is a really, really solid laptop. Really, really good laptop, I promise you. This next set of places that we're visiting, we will go first to St. Elizabeth, then it's on to Negril, and finally we'll come to the Blue Mountains. Please enjoy.
Let's match it up, man.
I hope you have been enjoying those virtual tours. Are you ready for your next question? Another winner? To force to select another. By the way, before I go to that question, Mrs. Glenister, are you still on? All right. 2 questions came in while we were on tour. One of them had to do with whether or not the JTB is willing to speak directly to students about non-traditional careers. Absolutely yes. As I said, we have a tourism awareness unit, and that unit works closely with schools, so let us know and we will be willing to speak with students. The other question has to do with developing what's in the pipeline for developing attractions like in the Portmore area. I am aware that there are lots of plans in the pipeline. I can't give you any specifics at this point, but we will find a response. We will provide a response based on the specifics of the question and provide that answer to you. So now to our question for another gift bag. The question from Mrs. Glenister's presentation. She spoke to a number of non-traditional marketing careers, but she took the time to provide highlights on 4 specific careers. 4. Can you list 3 of the 4 jobs that she highlighted? She highlighted 4, and I'd like someone to list at least 3 of the 4 that she highlighted. So that's the question. Mrs. Glenister, I highlighted 4 jobs. She spoke about a number of more. She identified several others, but she highlighted these particular 4, and I'd like you to identify 3 of the 4 that she highlighted. Hopefully, we will have a response to that quickly as we prepare to hear from another powerhouse educator. Our next speaker, she is a lifelong educator. She has been a classroom teacher of science, geography, and math. She's been a training coordinator, education officer, and principal. And she's served both here in Jamaica and in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Since 2018, she has been the principal of the Marcus Garvey Technical High School, where she has led a transformation. She has received recognition as a transformational leader for the work she is leading at the school, and in 2020, she accepted the recognition for outstanding academic achievement in the CXC exam. In fact, I believe that today she will receive an award for excellence in education from the Jamaica Teachers Association St. Anne chapter. This makes her ideally suited to speak about leading through a pandemic. So please help me welcome Aniona Jones, principal of the Marcus Garvey Technical High School, as she tells us how we can be leaders in our classrooms through this pandemic. Please welcome Mrs. Jones. We're not hearing you. Mrs. Jones?
You know,
no,
thank you so much, Essie. I think that has to be the most used phrase in the world in 2020, 2021. I'm not hearing you. Are you hearing me clearly? Kind of reminds you of the Verizon commercial, doesn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure today to just share with you for a few moments on something that is particularly dear to me. And it is learning, leading, and of course, serving. Now, I want us to have a good conversation. So I want us to start off by reflecting. You see, some persons say leadership is lonely. You know, I've never found that. I might not necessarily have everybody on board at the same time, but I've really never felt alone as a leader. God has always managed in his infinite faithfulness to send me, even if it is 2 other persons, a small tribe of persons that have made this leadership journey for me one that has been quite enjoyable. But I want us to stop a little bit. We've heard a lot, but I want us to reflect. What makes you a leader? Drop it in the chat. What makes you a leader? What makes you a leader? Drop those answers in the chat. What makes you a leader? Okay, think about it. And I want us to start by looking at some definitions of leadership. And the reason I want us to start here is because I really want us to be on the same page as we have this conversation. According to Peter Drucker, the only definition of a leader is somebody who has followers. So if people are following you, you are a leader. John Maxwell says that leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Influence. And according to Warren Bennis, leadership is the capacity to take vision, something that's intangible, and convert that into reality. And of course, according to Bill Gates of Apple fame, no less, as we look ahead into the 21st century, leaders are going to be those persons who empower other people. So let's look at a few things as we talk about leadership. Notice here that all of these definitions have some key things in common. Leadership stems from social influence. It really doesn't have as much to do with authority and power like people think. It really is social influence. It requires other people. So you see, if you're a kind of person who you don't like people and you would prefer not to work with people, it is going to have an impact on your capacity to lead. Of course, notice that none of these definitions talk about personality traits, attributes, and all of these other things. It's not one personality, one trait, one characteristic, or one attribute that can make you an awesome leader. There are many, many styles, many, many paths to effective leadership. Notice too, I want to pull your attention to this key one. If you're going to be a leader, you have to have a goal. To influence with no intention is really a very dangerous thing. So social influence, requiring other people, there are many ways to do it, and usually there is a destination in mind. So again, leadership is this capacity to change vision into reality. But you see, before you lead other people, I'm here to tell you this afternoon, the best thing to do, learn to lead yourself. It's always going to be the hardest thing that you'll ever have to do, because your purpose is to influence others, to inspire others, to motivate others. But if you can't do that for yourself, you're going to have a really tough time with this leadership idea. I hear teachers tell me all the time, Lord, I'm overwhelmed. I am tired. I am so exhausted. But you know what? Here's one thing COVID has taught me. You see, anything at all that you feed, it will grow. So if you feed this idea that you're overwhelmed, that you're tired, that you can't be bothered, that it cannot be done, that is exactly what is going to happen. You are going to be even more overwhelmed. You are going to be even more tired. And of course, it's not going to be done. So the key thing for leadership, learn to lead yourself. Once you get that in your head, you'll recognize that the goal is never to go ahead and tackle other persons and who they are and how they think and how they feel. You really are going to try to inspire them. Show them something else. Convert this idea of what the ideal is and sell that idea to them. But what if they don't change? You have to manage and control you. For instance, I want my students to behave in a particular way. I want them to respond in a particular way. So I try to set up the right kind of environment. I start always with my why. Why is it that I want this thing to be done? Why is this so important? And I always start that conversation about change from the why. But what if they do not change? No, I have to stop, and rather than lashing out, I become more reflective. Because remember, the hardest thing to ever do is to learn to lead yourself. Notice though that not everybody is going to get the vision. Unfortunately, it just does not work that way. That's okay. I want to introduce you to this, and I really want you to have it stick in your head. It's called the law of diffusion of innovation. The law of diffusion of innovation. When you introduce an idea, imagine that you're at the base of this mountain. You've introduced this new idea as a leader. Notice, remember, we're not talking about positions now, so it doesn't matter if you are a senior teacher, vice principal, principal. From you have persons following you, you are a leader. So the first place you lead, yourself, then you have your immediate circle. But as a teacher, you lead in your classroom. That's your domain. That's your space. You lead there. But it really doesn't matter what the idea is. You find that the innovators, those 3% of persons that no matter what the idea is, they jump in first, those persons are going to get it first. They're going to be right on board. You walk into the staff room with a good idea. You're always going to have that little group that's going to be like, yes, let me have that new idea. These are the persons that are on the cutting edge, willing to have that. Then you have the early adopters, those people who will come on board with you. Now notice, if you are waiting until you get 100% before you start, you're never going to start. So always focus on the first set of persons that latch onto your ideas and who are willing to be right there with you. Those innovators and the early adopters. That will make up round about 16% of any group. Once those early adopters get it, give them all your energy, big them up, highlight them, motivate them, show from their perspective everything that is going good with this new idea of change. Then you will get the early majority that will take you into round about 65% or thereabout. Then they'll influence the others. We're coming down the hill now. And then notice you're always going to have those laggards. Those persons who are going to be the last to follow anything. Don't be intimidated. So as a leader, always remember that you need to know how change happens, Don't be intimidated because you don't have 100% to start with. Start with your 3% early adopters, then those persons, that other 16%, and you keep that moving. As a leader, you must know why people follow you. I want to introduce you to this really, really quickly because I want you to get it in your head. You see, this leadership thing, if you really want to get very good at it, you must study it. You know that some people only get followed because they're at the lowest level of leadership. They have a position, so that is why people follow them. People don't like them. And if they lose that position tomorrow, they're no longer a leader. That is true. The lowest level of leadership, it's the one where people follow you because they have to. Now, I know some of us are like the people in the church. We're at the back of the church saying, amen, pastor, tell them. And yes, you feel empowered now with information to beat somebody else, but I want you to stop. I'm not telling you anything to go and beat somebody else. I am giving you information for you. For you. Are you leading simply because people have to follow you? You have a position. Or are you leading at level 2, where people want to follow you? Are you leading at level 3? People can look at your track record, things that you have done for your school. You have started the Tourism Action Club. You take the children out on trips. You have amazing corners in your classroom, in the virtual environment. You're integrating technology such as Google Earth, Google Maps. You're having children create their own virtual tours of their community. What have you done that people can point to say, that is why I'm going to follow this person? Or level 4, people follow you because of what you have done for them as a professional, what you have helped them to accomplish, the changes that you have made in their life. And all of us should aim to be level 5 leaders. People follow you because they buy into what you represent. Now link it back to tourism. Are children going to just be in the classes doing the lessons simply because they're going to get a test? Or do you have the kind of leadership in your classroom where you can show them how tourism links in with their life, their community, their country, their future, and the world? Are you in a position to, because of how you do the things that you do, inspire your students, inspire your colleagues to push beyond the minimum, push beyond the base level, and now be creative? Be the leader you wish you had. Every time I have found something in somebody else to criticize, especially those things that make me angriest, I usually find it's because there is a piece of that in me. Sometimes it's not my best parts. Sometimes it's those aspects of me that I am working to get rid of, or I have worked, and now that I have worked and gotten rid of those things, they really bother me. So rather than stopping and criticizing others, I am learning how to be the leader I wish I had. Some persons talk about COVID and how negative the impact is. Yes, we have had a number of negative impacts. But can I tell you that as a school principal, COVID has also given me everything that I was dreaming for? You see, in a crisis, I have discovered that the hardest fight is given to the strongest soldiers. I have seen teachers rise beyond impossibilities and converted the impossible into lesson plans. I have seen teachers convert their homes into school. I have seen my school become an institution without walls. I've also recognized that there are things that I would want persons to do for me as my leaders. And so I have to ensure that I am doing them for the people who I influence. So I encourage you to be the leader you wish you had. If the goal was important before COVID, don't get rid of the goal. Change how you reach that goal. Change how you reach the goal, not whether or not you should attempt to reach the goal. So as you learn to lead, I want all of you to remember to be authentic and to be true. Don't become like someone else. You were created to be different. You are special. You are unique. Yes, you have the same base materials like every other human being, but you are not them. And 10 people can have the same life experiences, but depending on the timing, the intensity, and the order, they all become different. Be authentic. Embrace your struggles. Embrace your successes. Own that as a critical part of who you are as a leader. And you will be surprised that crisis turns to opportunity. Think about it, teachers. All the things that could not happen before COVID have started to happen, are happening, or we are right on the cusp of them starting because we no longer have a choice. So let us remove the boxes. Let us recognize that we know how to teach. We know how to inspire. We know how to motivate. And that is why natural leaders become teachers. Be authentic. Be true. The pandemic has changed your situation, but not your capacity. Be the leader you wish you had. Learn to lead yourself first. Know why people follow you. And as you learn to lead, remember to be true. So don't worry so much about the pandemic and when it's going to end or how it's going to end or what's going to happen for September. Those are simply means to an end. Embrace the fact that you are a leader. You lead beyond capacity. You lead beyond position. You lead because you can inspire and empower people to move. You can inspire people to change. You can empower people. You can inspire people to be more. Don't delay, teachers. Embrace being a leader today. You can do it. I know you can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's quite a bit to chew on. So thank you, Mrs. Jones. And I am wondering if there are any questions coming from our teachers for you. Give us 1 second while we check if there are any questions for you. Jot your questions down, folks. Oh, they all say agree that it's a lot to chew. Okay, got you. Her presentation was awesome. Excellent, excellent. Just before I announce who the winners have been, who the winners are, and to select that special teacher who gets that special prize, I just need to let you know that we will be launching a poll in a second. It's like about 3 or 4 questions that we're asking you to respond to. The link will be placed in the chat for you to, no, is it a link that will be placed in the chat, or the poll will pop up and we will ask you to respond to the poll so that we have your thoughts on the presentation that we've done today and we are able to do better next time around. So that poll will pop up momentarily. If you have questions or comments from Mrs. Jones or any of the other presenters, then feel free to jot them in the chat as well. So may I invite the host to put in to launch the poll, please? May we have the poll, please? You wish me to continue speaking for a minute? All right. Okay, so the poll is on. Folks, please just answer the questions. I'll give you a few minutes, a few seconds to answer the questions on the poll so that we can have an evaluation of the event. And we will be able to capture this even after we will have the results of the poll afterwards. We'll have access to it because I can't read it. Please submit your poll. Submit the poll at your earliest. Some persons are not seeing the poll. Is it that the persons who are on Facebook will not see the poll? Oh. Only those persons who are on Zoom will see the poll. How many people are on Zoom right now? Okay. Those persons who are on Facebook or YouTube, just jot a comment, put a comment on the platform where you are, and we'll be able to capture it. The poll is only applicable to those who are using the Zoom platform. While you are jotting down your comments and submitting the poll, let me announce the winners of the questions. For question 1, which had to do with the presentation from Director of Tourism, Donovan White, the winner is Shanique White Campbell from Watttown Primary and Infant School. Shanique White Campbell from Watttown Primary and Infant School, you won one of our gift bags, and we will reach out to you so that we can make arrangements to get your prize to you. Second winner of one of our gift bags, and this had to do with the presentation from Dr. Ferreira, Kaveen Hall from Port Maria Vocational Training Center, Hart NSTA. Congratulations on winning that question. And again, we will reach out to you. We have your registration details, so we'll reach out to you, Kaveen Hall, so that you can get your gift bag. Third question came. The winner, the first correct response, came from Kellyanne Paulwell from the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. Congratulations, Kellyanne Paulwell, for responding to the JTB tagline. And I trust you wrote Jamaica Heartbeat of the World, correct? That's what she wrote, right? Heartbeat of the World. Excellent. Kelly and Paulwell. And our fourth gift package will go to Oral Lawson from Marcus Garvey Technical High School, and he won for the response he gave to the question from Mrs. Glenister's presentation. And the 3 roles he identified were content creator, website developer, social media manager. Well done, Oral Lawson, on winning that gift package. So now it is left up to us to provide the top prize. And this goes to the most active person in the chat today. And we deliberately didn't tell you. We deliberately didn't tell you what the criteria would be, because we wanted person to act naturally. And so several persons were very active in the chat, but the most active person, the individual, the teacher who wins the 15-inch Hewlett-Packard Pro book is Kaveen Hall. Kaveen Hall from Port Maria Vocational Training Center, Hart NSTA. Congratulations, all of you, for winning your various gifts, whether it's the gift package or the laptop computer. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been our pleasure to organize this event. It is a signal for us that we are becoming active again with the school system to make sure that tourism continues to be an important part of our curriculum, an important part of our preparing the next generation of workers for this industry. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are making our way. We are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we will be reaching out to you much more frequently as together we seek to grow tourism education in Jamaica. Have a great afternoon, and please stay safe.
Listen me, come rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Because tourism is the lifeblood of the country, and it is an important industry. We want every Jamaican to support we. From Niggle Point go straight back to Porty. You are we number one priority. We are do everything to secure your safety. Tell it to your neighbor, family and friends. Join us and start feel good again. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
So we're cooling out at the bar with some fresh drink mixes. What drink are you going to recommend?
Our specialty, the Blue Lagoon. It is named after the famous Blue Lagoon, which is right across from Goblin. I'm not going to tell you the ingredients. You have to come and try it for yourself.
AC feels good to be out and about, and today we're on location at the Acai Cafe. Hi Kerry, how does it feel to be out and about?
It feels amazing.
Nice! So what are some of your favorite activities to do on our island?
Chasing waterfalls, scuba diving, and of course, just chilling on the beach. It's time to feel good again. Rediscover Jamaica. There are tons of hidden gems. Staycation, staycation, staycation.
So me say greetings, welcome to one and all, to our land of scat, reggae and dancehall. Come we go beach, river and waterfall, make we have a lot of fun until the nightfall. Whole a vibe, eat something with a drink in your hand, jerk chicken, bread food, roast fish, yellow yam. This is for all Jamaicans, every boy, every girl, enjoy Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Jamaica. Come join us and feel good again.
Can you feel it?
Sure. Come join us and feel good again.
Jamaican heartbeat.
Love it. Come join us and feel good again.
Heartbeat of the world.
Listen me.
This is what you've been waiting for. A chance to change your point of view and take the break you deserve at Jamaica's resorts and attractions. When you can open your door to the seaside instead of just outside. Where you can change your mask and take a plunge.
Sunshine smiling warm up inside your heart. Feeling of pure love. Oh, Jamaican heartbeat. Dancing to the beat up inside your heart. Heartbeat of the world. Oh,
Contact your travel agent today to book your staycation. RediscoverJamaica.com.
Listen me, let's rediscover Jamaica, the heartbeat of the world, because everybody don't know Jamaica nice.